Hey, how's everybody doing? So we're on position number 5 of this series, part 5 of the 5 easy minor pentatonic blues licks. And we're going to be starting on the 7th, the dominant 7th, or the flatted 7th note of this scale, which is going to be this G note up here on the 15th fret. Now we could play it down here on the 3rd fret, but I'm going to play it up here on this 15th fret, because we've been ascending as we've been learning these 5 positions. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to play the notes of the scale. So we're going to start here on this G note. Then we're going to go to an A note on the 17th fret. 15th fret of the A string with your 3rd finger, that's a C note. 17th fret of the A string with your 3rd finger, that's a D note. Then we're going to go to the 14th fret of the D string, that's an E note. Then we're going to go to the 17th fret of the D string, that's a G note. Then we're going to go to the 14th fret of the G string, that's an A note. 17th fret of the G string, that's with your 3rd finger, that's a C note. To the 15th fret of the B string with your 1st finger, that's a D note. 15th fret of the the B string with your 3rd finger, that's an E note. To the 15th fret of the high E string with your 1st finger, that's a G note. 17th fret of the high E string with your 3rd finger, that's an A note. So that's the position we're going to be playing these licks out of today. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so here's lick number 1. Okay, so this is how we play lick number 1. We start here on the 17th fret of the G string with your 3rd finger. Do a whole step bend. Then you go to the 15th fret of the B string with your 1st finger. Then you go up to the 17th fret of the B string with your 3rd finger. Then you come up here to the 17th fret of the G string with your 2nd finger. This time you just put that blues twist bend to it. That bend. First time it's a whole step bend here. Then you come down here to the 14th fret of the G string with your 1st finger. Then you go to the 15th fret of the D string with your 3rd finger. So now we have. Then you end with doing a pull off from the 17th fret of the G string to the 14th fret with your 3rd and 1st finger. Put some good vibrato on that last note. So it's so let me play it with the track one more time. Okay, here's lick number 2. Okay, so here's how you play lick number 2. So we're going to be starting here on the 15th fret of the low E string, 1st finger. Go to the 17th fret with your 3rd finger on the low E. Go to the 15th fret of the A string first finger, put that little blues twist on that note. Back down to the 15th fret or 17th fret of the low E string third finger, down to the 15th fret of the low E string first finger, back up to the 17th fret of the low E string third finger. So then you start again here on the 15th fret of the low E string first, go up to the 17th fret of the low E string third finger, up to the 15th fret of the A string, 17th fret of the A string third finger. So we have, then you do a whole step bend down on the 17th fret of the A string third finger, then hit it when you release it again. Then you come here to the 15th fret of the A string first finger, and then end here that part of the lick on the 17th fret of the low E string third finger. So we have, then we started, the last part of the lick starts here on the 15th fret again, and just goes straight up the scale. 15th fret first finger, 17th fret on the low E string third finger, 15th fret A string first finger, 17th fret of the A string third finger, up to the D string, 14th fret first finger, up to the 17th fret of the D string with your third finger. So then you go to the 14th fret of the A string first finger, back to the 17th fret of the D string third finger. Then you come to the 17th fret of the G string third finger, do that little twist bend there, and do it twice. Then you end here on the 14th fret of the G string with your first finger. Oops, my bad. So let me play the whole lick with the track here one more time. Okay, here's lick number 3. Okay, so here's how you play lick number 3. You start here on the 15th fret of the B string with your second finger, and you do a pre-bend. You've already got it bent. You're bending it a whole step. You already have it bent up. Then you release it and then hit it again and bend it back up. So then at that point, you hit on the 15th fret of the high E string with your third finger. Then you come back up to the 15th fret of the B string where your second finger is. And it's been released, and then you bend it back up a whole step. Then you come up here to the 17th fret of the G string with your third finger, bend up a whole step. Then you hit on the 15th fret of the B string with your first finger, and then you go to the 17th fret of the B string with your third finger. Then you go to the 17th fret of the G string with your second finger, bend that up. You bend that up a half step to the major third there. Then you hit on the 17th fret of the high E string with your third finger. So we have make sure you hold that one note you've had bent here. That note there, you hold that and put some good vibrato on it. Then, so let me play it again with the track. I modified that last one. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so here's lick number 4. Yeah. Okay, so this is how you play lick number 4. We start here on the 17th fret of the low A string with our third finger and do a whole step bend, and you bend down on that string. Now on some of the other strings, you know, like on the G string, sometimes I'll bend down there, but in general though, I'll bend up on that string. On the B and E string, obviously it's hard to bend those down, especially the E string. You can't bend it down because there's no fret to bend down to support it. And the same way down here on this low A and E string, you could try to bend that, but a lot of times in general you'll fall off the fretboard up there. So I've learned in general to bend my low E and A string down. So we start here with this bend on the 17th fret of the low A string. Bend a whole step down. Then we go to the 15th fret of the A string first finger. Back up to the 17th fret of the A string third finger. Then we go to the 15th fret of the A string with our first finger, to the 17th fret of the low E string with our third finger. So we got. Then you go to the 15th fret of the low E string first finger, up to the 17th fret of the low E string third finger. Then we go to the real quick 15th fret of the A string, back to the 17th fret of the low E string third finger. First finger here. So we got. And then that last note, while it's ringing there, I do a pull off down to the dominant 7th note, the G note. Like that. This is, I mean, some people would maybe end that phrase, end it on that note. I kind of like the pull off down to the 7th. That's just personal preference. So let me play the lick one more time with the track. Okay, so this is lick number 5. All right. Okay, so here's how you play lick number 5. We start with a hammer on from the 15th to the 17th fret with our first and third finger on the high E string. Then we come down to the 15th fret of the high E string, first finger. 17th fret of the B string, third finger. To the 15th fret of the B string, first finger. To the 17th fret of the G string, third finger. To the 15th fret of the B string, first finger. To the 17th fret of the B string, third finger. So we have. Then here, you come up to the G string on the 17th fret, third finger, and do a pull off down to the 14th fret with your first finger on the 14th fret. Then the last note is on the 17th fret of the G string. And that's that little twist, blues twist there on that fifth, that minor third there, the C note. Make sure you do that really sweet bend sound there. Let me play it with the track. There it is. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this. If you watched all 5 videos on this, the 5 easy minor pentatonic blues licks in 5 positions, and I guess I want to just stress how important it is that you know all 5 positions of that scale. You know, again, I see a lot of players playing in down. You know, they can play the heck out of that position. But when they start wandering down and trying to get into the other positions, they get lost. So I can't express the importance of learning all 5 of these minor pentatonic scale positions. And one thing that I do, I know there's, you know, different ways to practice. You know, practice. You can practice each position. You can practice each position, you know, separate. But what I like to do, and I think it would help you out, is I will play each position on 2 strings and move from one position to another. Like I might take the B and E string here, and I'll just play some simple stuff and illustrate what I'm talking about. I'll start up here in the first position, go to the second position, third position, the fourth position, and end up in the fifth position, and I'll just play on those 2 strings and try to play phrases or licks, whatever you want to call them, or lines. You know, I see so many people, I've been criticized for calling it licks. Well, you know, that term has been around forever. So phrases, we can call it phrases, you can call it lines, you can call it licks. Doesn't matter to me, it's all the same. So anyway, I'm going to illustrate my point here, just playing on 2 strings, the high E and the B string. So, and that's one way I practice my position playing. It's just on 2 strings at a time. Then once I'm done with the E and B string, I'll go to the B and G string and play in the 5 positions of those 2 strings. Then I'll do the D and G, then the D and A, and then the, well, that was tricky, D and A. That was weird. Anyway, then I'll do the A and E, and so you get the point, but I'm going to just illustrate the E and B string. So here we go. Playing any other, you know, other strings. I'm just on the E and B. Now I'm in the third position. Down to the second, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, third, my bad. Then I'll play on the the B and G string. So I think you get the point. That's one way I practice playing my positions. It's just 2 strings at a time. And I think if you do that, it sometimes it just breaks the monotony of practicing that straight up and down position, you know, playing it that way. And it makes you learn to move on the fretboard from one position to another. And then once you know you've done two groups of strings, do 3 strings, you know. Do the E, B, and G string. Then you do the B, G, and D string. So you get the idea. And I think that just makes it easier for you to, you know, move around the fretboard, know where you're at. Because that's the whole purpose of learning the 5 positions, is to know where you're at on that fretboard, you know. Anyway, well, thanks for watching these videos, and again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you ask. You know, if I know the answer, I'll definitely give you an answer. And as always, be blessed, and again, thanks for watching my videos. Oh, share it if you like. Thanks.